All right, let's get started. If you're new here, hi. My name is Renika Shedora, and I'm an artist. I talk about life and art on this channel. If you're not new here, welcome back. First off, before we start this video, I just want to say we support ICE. If you believe all immigrants are criminals, or if you believe certain immigrants are criminals because of the color of their skin, if you don't believe immigrants are human beings and should be treated as such, this is not the channel for you or page for you. Goodbye. All right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, with everything going on in places in the States like Minnesota with ICE in general, I thought it was important to talk about why as artists we should be creating still. It's hard to go back to the normal things when I feel like I should be doing something. So this is just a reminder to you and to my fellow creatives that by creating art, you are doing something. Art can be your protest. You can use your art to depict what times are like. I know it's hard. You may be saying to yourself, oh, I don't know how to create political art. I'm not a very political person. Art is inherently political. You can't create, like I've seen a lot of videos say, you can't create art if ICE or the administration kills you. That's number one. You can research political cartoons. You can research other art artists have made to keep their style and depict what the times are like. I'll post pieces I've made here, digital art, to at least create what people are already saying. Particular art piece right here is talking about how under capitalism, we go through the routine of seeing people crying out for help, bleeding on our screens, and then we scroll to the next video and it's all laughs and happy, or we're shopping for the next thing, and how that can be very distorting to see, and how the people, like the rich and powerful, that's what they want. They want us to not care, to not use the power that we have as human beings, as the people. Remember that your paintings, your drawings, your art can be used as primary sources in the future. This can show people, oh, this is what they created in hard times. This can give them hope for the future. Guys, if I'm all over the place, I don't have like a designated script. But remember, in history class, at least I know in my history class, we had to dissect political cartoons. We had to figure out the important symbols, the main symbols in the cartoons. How can we apply it in everyday life? And people can use your art in the same way. You may not think it may have a big impact, but it can. Something else to think about of letting art be your protest. You notice now how a lot of things are being censored, like especially by word of mouth. With everything being censored, I think art can be another way to get the truth out there to people of what's going on, to where some people may not understand the piece, but other people can get what it's saying about history, about the country, about the laws. So I think that's another thing to remember. Going back to art can be a primary source. Using your art to depict the times is not just about letting the people know that their pain is seen. I think that's also important to remember. By using your art to be your protest, you're letting people know that, hey, even if the news isn't seeing me, the artists are seeing me, other people are seeing me, we're in this together and we're going to fight this together. It also shows people that there is more than one way to protest. Protest isn't necessarily, as I'm learning, protest isn't just going out in the streets and marching. It can be by helping protesters. It can be through other means, such as art. It can also educate people who are not aware of what's going on. And I know that's crazy to be like, how can you not be aware of what's going on? But there's young people who are not entirely sure, who are in high school or in college, who are not exactly sure the details, and people aren't telling them things. Your art can be used to educate people who may be on the wrong side, and show them like this very depiction of like, wow, I've only been getting my information from Facebook or other people, but having this art as a primary source to educate me, makes me change my mind. Yes. Also, when creating art, like I mentioned, think about the young people. They may be thinking they don't know how they can help if they want to. You are giving, by using your art, by creating art to protest, you are giving hope to those young people that they can do something even when it feels like it's impossible to do something. You are letting them know that their voices can be used and can be just as loud as the adult voices. Another way you can let art be your protest, if you do things like crochet or sew or make everyday things, you can give those things to people. You can donate to those things to people who are currently protesting to help, lift their spirit, to let them know that they're seen, to let them know that, hey, I got you, I'm holding you up, we're in this together. You can even, if you sell art, use the money from yourselves to donate to organizations, to other artists who may be protesting, or you can use that money to buy groceries for people, again, in the streets, other families in the community who may need help. Right? You can use that money to donate to shelters, because it's not just one particular person that's being affected by this, it's everybody, and we need to do what we can to help our community, to help our neighbors, all our neighbors, no matter who they look like or who they identify as. Yes, if you crochet or sew, maybe you can donate blankets to people, make blankets for people, make hoodies, make caps, just anything, stuff like that can help and make an impact. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place and things are falling out. Like I said, I don't have a script per se, and I just want to be genuine and speak from the heart. So even if you don't make political art, satirical art, any art that's talking about what's going on, your art can still give people hope and remind them what we are fighting for. There's an artist I follow on TikTok. She just released a painting, or is working on a painting based on Adventure Time, a cartoon. Now you may be wondering, how can painting a cartoon do anything to what's going on right now? That can still give people hope, because it's reminding them of, like, oh, these TV shows I saw as a kid, they made me feel represented. They make me feel at home. They made me feel included. And those feelings are important to maintain, and are important that we take care of. People feeling represented, all people of all races being able to feel joy, and being able to let out their negative emotions. And cartoons like that can show them, like, oh, maybe I have the same feeling, maybe I can get therapy. That shows like that can show people, paintings like that can remind people of, like, how they need to advocate for themselves and advocate for the people around them. So to you, it may be a silly painting. To you, it just may be a simple one that you just scribbled in your sketchbook. But to someone else, it can be give them a reason to smile in tough times, when there seems like there is no reason to smile. It can give them that feeling they had as a child, and remind them how they should be protecting other children, what they can be doing to protect other children, voting and stuff like that. Your art, no matter how silly it may seem to you, no matter how whimsy it may be, it can cause people to think. And that's what we need people to do, critical thinking. We need more of that now more than ever. Creating silly little paintings, you're reminding people of, like, hey, I want to have the freedom to create paintings like that. Okay, our freedoms are being attacked. We need to keep going. We need to fight. I need to fight so I can have the freedom to continue making these silly little paintings, so that person can make the art that they want to make and feed their family. That's why we need to keep fighting. Your art matters, especially in times like this. Your art matters and can mean more to someone than you ever imagined. The reason of how art can be your protest. Our ancestors have fought for us to have freedom and to be in media. So let's use that art by any means, whether it's to create political art, whether it's to create paintings of the moon. Somebody fought for us to be able to be in these positions. I'm a Black woman. I'm now in a position in the world that my art can be seen by millions, where I can get accepted into shows and not get will get less discrimination just because I am a Black woman. I have more opportunity now than maybe my grandparents or my great grandparents now. I have the freedom to have a creative career because other people fought for me. I can work a 9-to-5, or I can choose art. Having that option, or even having art as a hobby, I have that option because other people fought for me. And so I'm going to use that freedom. I'm going to use the time to make art that I want because my grandparents fought for me so that I can do that. That's another reason I think I keep creating, because of my grandparents, not more than ever. My grandfather passed away in December. He was my sunshine. He was my smile. He was very proud of me and the art I created. And I want to carry on his legacy in my art. I'm not going to let ICE or anybody stop me from carrying on his legacy, from carrying on his smile in my art. That's another reason we shouldn't stop creating art, to represent the people we have lost, to represent the people we have loved, to represent the people who have helped us. They still live on. They can still live on in our art, and we shouldn't let anyone take that away from us. We shouldn't let anyone try to take away their spirit, their smile, their laugh away from our art. Sorry, I had to tap because I got a 10% notification. Probably charged the phone. Oh well. Doing it for our ancestors with our art, it can also mean making short films, making blankets or pillows, crocheting or sewing, visual art, any type, or even dance. I understand as a person of color how hard it was for us to be in those spaces. And again, I'm not gonna let somebody else make me fearful of being in those spaces again. Again, we have that freedom, and we just have to remember to fight to maintain that freedom. Okay, I think that's enough rambling for me. I hope someone found this video useful or helpful. And let art be your protest, especially in times like this. Yeah, that's all I have. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. As always, have a good morning, have a good day, have a good night. Bye.